It's his too, whether he is responsible for doing that to you. Oh no, you're going to have to work this out with him. That's the one part I can never be sure of. I think, in most other ways, that I've done the best I could with what I had to work with. But was it right to doom the others to this life? I can't decide. It was Edward's mother who made up my mind. Yes, her name was Elizabeth Mason. His father, Edward Sr., never regained consciousness in the hospital. He died in the first wave of the influenza, but Elizabeth was alert until almost the very end. Edward looks a great deal like her. She had the same strange bronze shade to her hair, and her eyes were exactly the same color green. Yes, Elizabeth worried obsessively over her son. She heard her own chances of survival trying to nurse him from her sickbed. I expected that he would go first. He was so much worse off than she was. When the end came for her, it was very quick. It was just after sunset, and I'd arrived to relieve the doctors who'd been working all day. That was a hard time to pretend. There was so much work to be done, and I had no need of rest. How I hated to go back to my house, to hide in the dark and pretend to sleep while so many were dying. I went to check Elizabeth and her son first. I'd grown attached, always a dangerous thing to do considering the fragile nature of humans. I could see at once that she'd taken a bad turn. The fever was raging out of control and her body was too weak to fight anymore. She didn't look weak, though, when she glared up at me from her cot. "Save him," she commanded me in a hoarse voice. That was all her throat could manage. "I'll do everything in my power," I promised her, taking her hand.